Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Now, this is the show where you guys send in your messiest, toxic, most out-of-pocket predicaments, and I attempt to break it down, giving my honest and unbiased feedback. Now, listen, I'm a comedian, not a therapist, so ain't no guarantee I'll help fix your life, but I can provide laughter along the way and call it like I see it. So without any further ado, let's get into the episode. What happened to men being men? Why are all these dudes so sassy in my comments? So Mike, I made a video on Instagram and honestly, I don't even see why people are mad about it. All I said was, if I'm around a man, doesn't matter if it's my man, a friend, a brother, a coworker, whatever, I shouldn't have to pay for anything. Like this video if you think she's full of shit. Not my food, not my gas, not a drink. There ain't a man on earth doing all that for your nut ass. I shouldn't be taking out the trash. You are the trash. Opening my doors or lifting a finger, period. If there's a man present, he should be doing all that. To me, it's not about romance, it's about respect. Men are supposed to put women on a pedestal, no questions asked. What's your Instagram? Nah, so I can block and report your page. That's just how it is. If you're not doing that, then you're not a real man. But now I've got dudes flooding my comments, attacking me, calling me entitled and delusional. And I'm like, what happened to men being men? Why is everyone acting so soft and sassy nowadays? Nah, that's nasty work. Definitely not here for it. Half these men argue like they're auditioning for the Real Housewives, and it's quite embarrassing. Honestly, I hope another war pops off soon, just so these little crybabies can go get shipped off and reminded what their actual jobs are. Maybe then they'll stop sitting around acting like bitter women online and start acting like providers and protectors again. I know you're a man's man, Mike, so I ain't even got to explain to you. I already know you agree with me. Oh, you got one thing right, shorty. I am a man's man, but I 1000% disagree with you. No man should be doing all those things you listed. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I went to your Instagram. You're a strong 4.5 with makeup on and filters. So humble yourself. You don't even look good enough to get a man to be doing all those type of things. Knock it off. Any woman talking like that is living in a land of make-believe. Where's Peter Pan at? Because you're in Never Never Land. That's never gonna happen. And I hope you land in Instagram jail and they take your page for spewing that nonsense online. Knock it off, shorty. What type of time you on? You think a dude just gonna be around you, walking to the gas station and be like, oh, you're a woman, huh? Watch out, I'll pay for this. Get in your car, I'll pump it, stay safe. Nah, y'all picked the bear in the woods over the man, right? Nah, go ask the bear to pump your gas, love. Don't ask us for nothing. The only time I'm ever doing something like that is out of the kindness of my heart. And it's just like, I see like an older woman at the gas station. No, man, I'll pump your gas. Go ahead, sit in your car. This out of respect. But I'm not gonna see a girl my age and be like, oh, no, you shouldn't be doing that. Let me pump it. Nah, pump your own gas. And I'm definitely not paying for it either. You're bugged out. I remember one day I was on my way to the airport, but I was early. I stopped at the gas station. I seen this beautiful black woman. She probably was like early to mid 50s. She was dressed up sharp, like business attire. And she was trying to put air in her car tire before she got to work. I was in like sweatpants. I was about to get on a flight. I was like, no. I'll pump the air. You just sit in your car. I don't want you getting dirty. You're on your way to work. She's like, oh my God, thank you so much. But I just did that out of the kindness of my heart, not because I felt like, oh, she's a woman and so she's entitled to that. And I didn't pay for the air neither. She paid for it. I just put it in there for her, just out of the kindness of my heart. But she wasn't owed that. She's not entitled nothing. She could have done the air herself, or she could have had her man do it. And if she don't got a man at that stage, you got to start asking yourself, why? Do you not want to be married? Did your husband pass away? Are you a piece of shit? Nobody wants to deal with you? Why are you at that age and you don't have a man? That's what we got to start asking ourselves. And I don't want to hear women in the comments on some, every woman's goal ain't to be married. Some of y'all be having babies and don't be married. So your goal is to be a baby's mom? Knock it off. I'm sick of these women coming online spewing this garbage, this nonsense rhetoric just to be divisive. No man owes you nothing but the man you're with. That's it. And he only owes to you whatever you reciprocate to him. So if he's doing that stuff, putting gas in your car, doing all that stuff, you need to be doing something to reciprocate the love and respect that he has for you, period. Ain't no, I don't care if it's my brother or coworker. You think your coworker is just pulling up like, nah, I got your gas today. We work together and you got the XY chromosome. So, you got the XX chromosome. So let me get this. Knock it off. You are the asshole. I don't even know if you asked me that, but you are. And that's my advice to you is to shut up. Pump your own goddamn gas. Pay for your own damn food. And get off Instagram, loser. When my baby daddy tells me no, I get violent. So look, my baby dad been unemployed for 4 years. Nah, he ain't unemployed. He's a loser. And suddenly he can't screw me like he used to. He says I'm being dramatic. Nah, he's blasting the back out of somebody else while you at work trying to provide for him. That's 800 milligrams of extra strength nasty work. Like, look, I'm a passionate woman. I have feelings. So sometimes when his strokes are weak, I express myself. When you say express yourself, what do you mean? Sometimes I throw punches or his PlayStation across the room. Oh yeah, nah, those aren't feelings. That's called crazy. I work too hard to receive bad sex. I want good sex. It's called self-care. Nah, self-care is what you do after you get bad sex. Cue the rose. When he goes soft or can't perform, I'm ready to fight. Like this video if you think he's in danger. Baby daddy gets this quiet, terrified look, like I'm the one being unreasonable for reacting to his bad performance. But I hear him get off by himself in the shower. Maybe that box ain't what it used to be, who knows? Then I get mad and I throw ice water on him and we fight. What to do to get him to perform like he used to, cause fighting him ain't fixing it. I need your advice. Oh yeah, shorty, you one of them chicks that need your head kicked through the drywall to get off. That's crazy. Son is tired of being physically abused when the pipe ain't on point like you want it to be. You didn't work 8-9 hours, pick kids up from the daycare, came home, and he gave you the 80% beef. You like, nah, breaking the PlayStation until you break my back, that's nasty work. Then you get mad because you in the bed with the rose, you hear that, and you hear him in there, he, soaping water on the head of the hammer. That's crazy, pause. You hear him getting off by himself, but he can't get off with you. You feeling vexed. I'm gonna tell you what it is. You want the BDSM. You're a sadomasochist. Like you want that super extreme, painful pleasure, and he's not with it no more. He's tired of having to punch you in the back of your head and choke the life out of you for you to get an orgasm. He wants some regular box. He want to dive in, put a little tongue on the man in the boat, get you off, y'all go to sleep. You trying to get put in a goddamn figure four just to get an orgasm. He like, I ain't got time for that. I'm at home with the kids all day or whatever. You get off work trying to tussle me. Broke the PS5, now I gotta go to Best Buy and get them to fix it. Geek Squad can't do nothing with it because you didn't thoroughly damaged it. Threw it off the 3rd-story balcony into the parking complex. Now I really don't want to pipe you because I can't even play Call of Duty while you at work. So now his only duty is to hammer you to the bed for you to be quiet. This is crazy. I ain't gonna lie though. If we was arguing about something, you like choke me like, do it to me. I'd be like, ooh, wham, wham, wham. I'll go straight Chris Benoit and y'all be choking you out in that bed. I be going, I ain't gonna lie, I like that. I was reading it, I was kind of getting turned on. Like, damn, homie, what's wrong with you? The Willie's limp, let me get a piece. You know what I'm saying? Nah, what's your Instagram for market research purposes and whatnot? That's how I'm coming for this. Because as soon as you start talking that violence to me, you smack me or punch me, I'm bending you over and I'm baking your buns. I'm cooking your books. I'm telling you, I'm taking you to hell and back. One-way trip to Pound Town and you're sitting in the goddamn aisle seat. You're getting creamed as soon as you start getting aggressive with me like that. I'm gonna start talking crazy to you. Yes, me spit in your mouth. You be like, ooh, okay. Then I'm gonna send you to work replenished. But homie ain't with that. He's a gentle John. He's like, nah, he wanna make sensual love to you. You either gotta take that or go find a new man. And by the way, he's not unemployed for 4 years. He's a loser. So he should be giving you the best pipe of your life. You ain't doing nothing else with your day. You're not tired. You at home playing video games. So you're going to have a conversation with him, but you can't keep putting your hands on him. Because one day he's going to just snap out and and you're going to be down with the ice pack on your eye at the job. They're going to be like, yo, you need to call the domestic violence hotline? You're like, nah, I'm good. It was my fault. It ain't your fault, but if you keep putting your hands on him, it will. You know what I'm saying? Stay alert, stay alive. I wish my real husband was more like my work husband. I need some advice on dealing with an incredibly needy and demanding at-home husband. Stay-at-home dad gang, let's go. He claims I've checked out of the relationship. He calls it emotional absence. I call it preserving my energy. I call it neglect. When I try to explain that his constant nagging is the actual problem, he just gets more defensive and dismissive of my needs. Well, it seems like his needs are the one not being considered. He doesn't see how exhausting he is. I also have a work husband, and he's been wearing me out several times a week. Hey, yo, time out, technical foul. Workplace wear-outs is bananas. Work husband is a quiet man. I didn't know he had such a huge sex drive. I would have drove you off a cliff if I was your real husband. I'm tired all the time, and my at-home husband acts like a martyr because he handles the kids in the house, but he never even asks what I might need. You need a divorce. That's what you need. He's suffocating me with his demands for attention and sex after my work husband already pounded me breathless. Nah, this is the square root of nasty, and I'm definitely not here for it. How do I get my at-home husband to back off and give me the space I deserve without him threatening to blow it up our entire marriage over it? Like this video if you think she's wild as shit. help. Sometimes I read these letters and say, this person has to be trolling me. They just want attention. That's what I'm starting to think, because some of these letters are ridiculous. But I say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use this for content. Maybe she's telling the truth. Maybe she lives in the land of the lost and thinks that what she's doing is not wrong. You're saying your husband is nagging you because you're out getting your back blew through the mattress by a coworker, and then when he wants some loving, unbeknownst to him, you already got slayed to death like a dragon. You're like, I'm too tired. And he's like, damn, you're always too tired. Like, when am I going to get some? And you acting like he's the issue. Oh, your nagging's the issue. Nah, your infidelity is the issue. Because guess what? If you wasn't at work getting drilled by homie cuz, when you pull up after work, you be looking at your man like, yeah, pull them pants off. Unzip that zipper so I can get slammed through the couch. That's what will be happening. But instead, you sneaking into the mop closet at work, getting your back broke, and dude going home with his family or his bachelor pad, not even thinking about you. He's a quiet man. That's because he don't want to talk to you. All he got for you is the pipe and bubble gum. Talking about how can I get my husband to back off and give me the space I need? Nah, give him a divorce and get the space you need. What are you talking about? Like, there's no way you wrote in this letter and thought that I would be on your side or give you advice on how to cheat on your husband more to gaslight him into thinking that he's doing something wrong. Complaining about he's tired about with the kids and all this. He don't know what I need. He never asked me what I need. Nah, because you already got what you needed from home. You got the job. Knock it off, shorty. You're a WHORE. You know what it is. I'm trying to keep it YouTube friendly, but that's what you are. Smut-tastic entertainment. I'm at a loss for words. I really don't understand like why you wrote this letter thinking that I don't even think there's another woman that will be on your side. Let me transform into a lady. Voila. Now I'm a lady, you're asking for advice. I'm going to say, hey, maybe you need to cut back on the work husband and balance it out so your man don't get suspicious, girl. You doing too much. Y'all ain't had sex in months. He's going to start getting curious and want to know what's going on. Then when he's going to pop up at your job and see Romeo all in your face, kiki, and y'all giggling, and then he going, you know what I'm saying, calling the bomb threat on your occupation. And then when you get home, he going to black and blue your eyes. You're going to be looking like a raccoon. Shorty, what are you doing? You want to keep the thing going, you got to break him off sometimes to keep him quiet. Woof. Now let me transform back into a dude. Yeah, that's what she would say because y'all are all scandalous. She would tell you at least, at the minimum, give your husband something to keep you, you know what I'm saying, like a little hush money. Like, yeah, I ain't getting all right, let me go. Oh, I feel so good. Now you got another 2 weeks not having to do nothing with him. That's not my advice. But I'm just telling you, you're not even smart enough to do that. You think that I'm supposed to give you some miraculous advice to help you cheat on a man who's at home with the kids and doing whatever? Somebody he's a stay-at-home husband. We got a job? Because if you don't, that would explain why you're sleeping with the coworker. Because you don't respect your husband because he's not providing for you. And then he seems like he's coming off and nagging or being emotional because he wants affection from you. Now he just seems like a woman to you and you're turned off. So what you like in a man, he's not providing. And dude at the job is probably just like, yeah, come take a lap nap. And you're like, oh my God, you get my juices going, my blood is flowing. And then you suck the coworker off in the parking lot in the whip. He blasts all on your tonsils. Y'all go back to the job site. He texting his boy like, yeah, you a little smut in the cubicle next to me. Man, neck game crazy. She be going home and kissing her man. They getting a chuckle off you. You're going out super bad. And your husband, he's collateral damage. He don't even know he's the butt of the joke. He at home with the kids, you know what I mean, making sure everything's straight. You coming home, pH balance all thrown off, all crazy, talking about you too tired. I'd have put you right in the cobra clutch. Nah, take them drawers off. Then as soon as I got a whiff of that sex coming from your undercarriage, I'd have filed right for divorce. Nah, I'm out of here. And I'm getting alimony off you since I ain't been working because I'm raising the kids. Payback. That's what I would have done. Knock it off, shorty. Go make things right with your husband and cut homeboy at the job off. Stay alert, stay alive. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy, and I hope you guys enjoyed me as much as I enjoyed you. And if so, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Matter of fact, leave me a comment and let me know what advice you would have gave them. And who knows, maybe you got your own toxic tale to tell about a shady friend or an entanglement you need help untangling. If so, feel free to drop me a letter in the email provided below, and I'll make sure I read it on a future segment of Advice with Mike. Now, with that being said, our time together has come to an end. But just remember, stay alert, stay alive.